afternoon. It's been a minute since my last video, and I want to talk today about mobilization. So, mobilization, this is a concept that is out of cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. So, what mobilization really means is these consist of actions, right? And these actions are intended to get us moving and put some action toward meeting either our personal goals or our treatment goals, or both. Okay. So I'm definitely going to go through the three components that are in mobilization, which include mastery or achievement, pleasure, and social interaction. So before I go into those, I do want to say this. It is common that clients, as well as therapists, because I know I have fallen into the trap of attempting to get my clients motivated. And I'll attempt to get them motivated before we work on their actions. This is a trap because sometimes there's not going to be motivation. For those out there that are working, you might notice this. So let's say that you have to get up to go to work. Now, for me, when I get up, those blankets are really nice. I have the best position in the bed. My bed is super comfortable. I don't want to get up. But by the time that I get out of bed and I get ready, well, now I'm thinking about my day and I'm starting to kind of get jazzed because I'm thinking about the clients I'm going to get to talk to. I'm going to think about, the potential for the day. However, it started with an action. This is this idea of mobilization. It is often, it's also common. Clients get caught in kind of the pink cloud. So when they first come into treatment, there's this excitement of, yeah, I'm getting ready to do something different with my life. I'm going to make some active changes. I'm going to be more productive, whatever that means to me. I'm going to do all these things, right? There's all this excitement. And then they get into it. We're now after the first month. It's now been 2 months. Now been 3 months, so on and so on. Well, now the client starts to get frustrated because I actually have to continue doing these things indefinitely. Well, now that pink cloud starts to wear off and the reality starts to set in. So what mobilization is going to do is it's going to say that, you know what, you might not have the motivation, and that's okay. And we still need to get you moving. So let's go back to these three components of mobilization. The first one I'm going to start off with is mastery or achievement. This area is really addressing a skill. So for those that have employment, hopefully you're able to find something that is challenging in your work, something that you look forward to, something that allows you to learn something new, a new skill. Those in school, you're in a position to learn new things. For those that want to learn a vocational skill, being able to do that, right? Some might want to learn a language. Some might want to learn more about carpentry, right? These are all areas of mastery or achievement because it allows you to work towards a skill, something of interest, something that's going to motivate you. Or there you go. Something that once you get into it, you're passionate enough about it that the action will allow that motivation to get there and help you sustain it. So that's how this works. Sometimes you're not going to want to do something. It's about, will you still challenge yourself to do it anyway? So I'm going to go to the next step, which is this idea of pleasure. So if you've seen some of my videos before, you know I talk a lot about self-care. That's really what this pleasure area is. So truth of the matter is, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to be able to refill your cup or refill your bucket so that you're at least at a baseline. If you can keep yourself at a baseline, then you're going to be able to get those things done. So pleasure could look like anything that you truly just want to do. If you are a movie lover like I am, you might want to sit down and watch, I don't know, the Marvel movies in chronological order. Do it. For those that like to get outside, you might ride your bike outside. For those that like video games, you might want to do that. For those that like to have sex, this might be a time to do that, right? Remembering that sex is like Nintendo, right? It's great as a solo activity, and it's also great as a multiplayer game. Pleasure. But again, this area is about refilling your cup and allowing you to do things that you enjoy so that when you do the things that you have to do, it's a little bit more tolerable. It's not always about comfort. Sometimes it's about tolerating the discomfort and getting it done. So I'm going to move on to this last piece, which is social interaction. Now, this may be debated amongst others, and that's fine. We are all wired for connection. We are all wired to seek at least one other person that we can talk to and just shoot the shit, and just be silly around. I know I'm very fortunate to have a network of wonderful friends that I can just text and we'll just go back and forth saying nonsensical stuff, but it's hilarious. Right? That's that social interaction. Some people might like more of that, and some people might need just enough to get them through, and that's okay. The point is having some type of social interaction. We are still quarantining for the most part, hopefully. So if you're going to a park, socially distance from your friends and have a picnic. If your loved ones are farther away, doing a video chat. I said earlier, sending a text message. There are a lot of these systems where you can watch movies together or play video games together. There are different ways to get this social interaction piece. So it's really about finding what's important to you and going from there. So these three components of mastery achievement, pleasure, and social interaction, those all combine to create mobilization. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or leave a comment. I hope you're all staying safe, staying healthy. Peace and love. Take care of yourself. Always, always, always.